Hi, Melissa here. Well, you guys, I have to tell you that I've completed video number 1 and video number 2, and now this is video number 3. So if you haven't seen video 1 or 2, just go to my YouTube channel and you can see it there. In this video, I'm going to provide you with 12 action steps to facilitate a good quality, results-oriented presentation. So you're probably saying, Melissa, well, why do I need to know this? You know, I'll just go into my presentation, whether it's online or offline, and I'll just wing it. I'll present my offer to, everyone who's present, and if they buy, they buy. Well, I have to tell you, this is the reason why it's so important to have a presentation formula. First, you're going to be doing a presentation to get the results that you set out for, and that is to have 100% of the people that is involved in your presentation to either buy your product or your service every time you have an offer, not just during that particular presentation, but down the line when you have other offers. Secondly, it's important because to be a top producer in your particular business, you have to set yourself apart from the average Joe, from the average person who's also doing presentations online and offline. You have to be able to effectively present to your list who you are, your character, your beliefs. So ultimately, you must become good at selling things. Okay, so here are the principles of the presentation formula. Number 1, you want to get your audience's attention. Do something that's impactful to start to capture people's attention. Maybe you want to tell a personal story. Maybe you want to have an impactful video. Maybe you want to have some sort of engaging demonstration. Or you want to maybe ask a question or two that allows you to catch the audience's attention immediately. Number 2, develop a relationship with your audience. Your audience must connect with you before they're even going to listen to what you have to offer. So again, we want to go back to having a couple of stories, have some engaging activities, or you want to engage them actively by asking questions that require them to engage also. So the back and forth, not the simple yes or no type of answers that you'll get. You want to have open-ended questions. And number 3, you want to earn the right. So, you're probably saying, well, what do you mean by earn the right? Well, in your audience, they're probably wondering what makes you qualified to share information with them. So you actually have to earn that right by sharing your accomplishments. Let them know who you are. You have to let them know what your successes have been. And it's really also helpful if you share where you've actually come from and how you've risen to the point where you are now in your business. And number 4, clarify their problem. Before anyone is going to buy from you, they have to be convinced that they have a problem that needs fixing. So for you, it's critical that you communicate, that you understand, the audience issues, their problems, you understand their pain. So this then sets the stage because now they have a tendency to say, oh wow, he understands what I'm going through, or he understands what my issues are. So there it begins that trust level. Number 5, show them a solution. Now that they know that you understand their pain and what their issues are, it's important that you show the audience that you have a solution. They're now looking to you to be their problem solver. This happens all the time. When you're sitting down and you're having a conversation with someone and you guys start talking about, issues and what people are facing, people literally wait for you to say, how can I help you? Let me tell you how I can help you, or provide really a solution for you. So this will allow you to have higher sales conversions. Number 6, set clear expectations. Early on in your presentations, you want to set the stage for what's coming. First, tell the audience what you're going to tell them so that they're prepared. Then you're going to tell them exactly what you have to offer. Then remind them what you already told them. So let me just simplify this. You don't want it to be a surprise to your audience that you're going to be selling something, that you're going to be offering a product or service. You want to be honest and you want to be upfront. So during your presentation, you just want to begin to sprinkle throughout the presentation that this is your product and this is your service. Number 7, proof. Third-party endorsements are more impactful in showing the benefits of your products and your services than it is by actually just telling someone. You want to be able to show testimonies, you want to have screenshots maybe of your bank account, you maybe want to have copies of checks, or view into the back-end office, really, which are valuable tools to provide for social proof. So you just want to make sure that you have something tangible that your audience is going to be able to see. Number 8, present the benefits. This is the saying, features tell, but benefits sell. So it's very easy, to get caught up in telling all about your products and all the features and what your services are and everything that they can do, without actually clarifying what the benefits that they're actually going to provide to a person. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to get anyone to actually buy. Your audience, they want to know how your product or your service is going to help them, how it's going to be beneficial. Specifically, people do not want to buy, for example, a 1/4-inch drill. They want a 1/4-inch hole. Number 9, provide an irresistible offer. To increase your conversion rates, you must provide additional value on top of what you're actually going to be offer, such as like bonuses for free reports, audios, group coaching calls, software, or even additional products. They really make great add-ons. Number 10, take away the risk. I mean, this is really an important one. People don't want to make a purchase they'll regret. So offer them a risk-free guarantee to make it more difficult for them to say no. Number 11, give them a reason to take action. People need a reason to be forced to take action, either in a form of a deadline or via, scarcity, like this is only going to be available for a limited time period. If not, they'll let their life and other stuff that happens around them get in the way, and they'll never make the decision to purchase your product or your service. And number 12, the final one, provide a clear call to action. Talk about what you have to offer throughout the presentation so it just doesn't come up at the very end and then it's an actual shock when it's ultimately made. Be direct and tell people what you want them to do and tell them exactly how you want them to do it. Interesting enough, if you talk to people enough in this particular profession, they really want you to make a decision for them. They want you to tell them, okay, what I'd like you to do is look below this video and click that link and go ahead and get the top producer formula. That is exactly what people like to hear. So the bottom line here is the key to unlocking more sales, deepening rapport, and building a stronger organization is to solve the problems people have. When it's their problem and you're giving a solution, they respond 100% of the time. So instead of just jumping on your calls or doing, a presentation, a mastermind conference, whatever the case may be, with a trial and error approach, you need to go in knowing exactly what you need to do to dramatically increase your sales from a responsive, smaller list, as we have been discussing, of people who love what you have to offer, they want what you have to offer, they trust you, and they like you. So if you're serious and you're committed to applying this formula that I just went through to your life and in your business, let me show you how you can use the top producer formula to get from where you are today to where you want to be the fastest and the quickest possible way. So what I want you to do, I want you to look below this video here, and there's a link. Go ahead and click on that link and get your top producer formula. Because if you're really serious and you want to make that decision to actually increase your income and take your business to the next level, then you need to have the top producer formula. I appreciate you guys being here with me today. If you have any comments, please leave them below, and I'll see you at the top.